This is David with Aftermath Mobile Laser Tag, and in front of me I have Ethan, and he's going to be our laser tag model. For this video, we're going to be covering how to use the laser tag equipment. So the first thing you're going to come in contact with is the headset. Now the headset has 4 lights, and inside these lights there's 4 sensors, and these are the things you're going to be aiming at during the match itself. Now the larger portion on the back, there's the battery pack. That always goes on the back of your head. We'll help you adjust it and put it on, but you want to make sure that it is snug but not too tight. If it's hurting, it's on way too tight, and if it's sliding up and down, it's on way too loose. So the next thing we'll cover is the tagger, and the tagger and the headset are paired together, so you want to keep them as close. You want to keep them together. You do not want to separate them. So before a match begins, the first thing you're going to do is select a weapon. And how to select a weapon is you use the right or left directional buttons. And that's going to go through the different weapon types. And if you are new, I strongly recommend you stay on the default weapon, which is the battle rifle. That's going to give you the best experience. So once you're on the weapon that you like, you use the orange button there. And that's how you select the weapon. That'll be your default weapon for the rest of the match. And right by the weapon name on the LCD screen there, it's going to show an eye showing that you have selected that weapon. Once everyone's good to go, we're going to start the match. You're going to hear a 3, 2, 1 on the speakers, and it's also going to display on the LCD screen, and then the music's going to begin. Once the music begins, you are good to go.
Locked and loaded.
And you'll get a locked and loaded. And as you can see on the tagger itself, it's going to be displaying different things. We're going to cover kind of what those are and then how to best hold the tagger itself. So on the tagger, if you notice, there are the LED lights at the top there. They're flashing because the tagger is going to standby mode when nothing happens. That's also your life indicator. Also to show you how much life you have, in the upper left portion of the LCD screen, it will show you how much health points you have. It'll show you how many bullets you have left and how many magazines you have left. Now, the bullets and magazines always differ per what weapon you have selected. Now, to shoot the tagger, you're just going to pull the trigger, and if you could point to the trigger before you shoot, yeah, it's right there. You just pull it once for most of the weapons on here, which is semi-auto. So for each bullet you want to emit, you have to pull it once. Some of the weapons on here are full auto, and full auto, you just hold the trigger down and it will go until you run out of ammunition. So how to hold it? You're going to, there's 2 ways. The first way is you're going to just want to put it into your shoulder, the end of the tagger, and then you rest your cheek on the stock. Now at the top there, if you can see that sight, if you can turn around and show us the sight there. So there's a holographic projectile right in the middle there. That's what you're going to want to use while you're trying to eliminate the opposing teams. And you're trying to aim for the sensors that are on the taggers. There's also a sensor on the headset. There's also a sensor on the tagger itself. So if you can't see somebody's headset, you can also aim for that. But I suggest going for the ones on the headset. Those are a lot easier to hit. So again, go ahead and hold it. We'll shoot a few rounds off. All right, so once you're out of ammunition, you're going to hear that clicking noise. Again, you're going to want to push that orange button. That's also the reload button while you're in match. It's the same one that you use to select your weapon at the beginning of the match. And each weapon system takes its own amount of time to reload. And the best way to hold this again is one hand on the grip, put your index finger on the trigger, whatever hand you are, left or right, and then your other hand goes on the grip, and either put your thumb or your index finger on the orange button. Now, if you have shorter arms and you can't quite hold the Tiger this way, another way to do it is to just tuck it off to the side of your shoulder there. But you never want to put your eye socket fully on the sight itself, because if you run into anything, your eyes have nowhere to go but straight into that piece of metal, and you do not want that to have that happen. All right, so the next thing we're going to cover is there is a function to where, let's say you run completely out of ammo and there's no way you can get back to your base to the ammo depot, or maybe somebody's just close by you. So the Tiger can actually simulate a melee hit, and to do this, there is a middle button inside the directional pad, and you just push that. Now, that sends a signal to your headset, and your headset emits the damage from the top head sensor itself. So if you are trying to get somebody, you want to make sure that you're looking at them, and this is why we have the headset on correctly with the battery pack in the back. There is a ability also that you can heal your opponents. Now, most matches, you're going to have bandages, and to use those, you just click the front directional button on the directional pad. And you have about usually 5 per match, and that will heal one of your teammates. And that has numerous tactical values, but we'll let you figure that out as you play the matches. So some strategies that you kind of want to use, these are just kind of basic strategies. When you're reloading, duck into cover until you're fully reloaded. And also, when you have low health, you will regenerate health every 10 seconds. So if you're low on health, it's a good idea to duck into cover until you regenerate that health. Now we're going to cover the U-boxes that will be in the match. All right, go ahead and hold that up for us. So this is one of the U-boxes in the match. This does a number of different things, one of which is respawn players back in. So once you are eliminated, you're going to go to one of these in the match. Now each team will have one assigned, so you can't just go to anyone. There'll be a specific one for respawning. There'll be one for red and one for blue. Now they flash every 3 seconds, so you don't have to do anything but go back to your base, and what they're doing is they scan. Once they detect that somebody is eliminated, they will bring them back into the match. Once you're brought into the match, everything resets. Now these boxes do a number of different things as well. In each base there's going to be 2 of these, one for respawning, and the other one's going to be an ammo depot. So that means when you're completely out of bullets and completely out of magazines, you can come back and pick up 4 magazines from the ammo depot. Certain game matches will not have an ammo depot, and one of them is Capture the Flag, but most other matches do have an ammo depot where you can get 4 magazines for standard weapons. These boxes also do numerous different things. One of them is a power-up, which is, let's say, a weapons upgrade, like a rocket launcher or something of that nature. To get the weapon or the magazines from the ammo depot, there's going to be an orange button right on that U-box. All you have to do is click it in. It's going to flash, and it's going to select who's ever in that area, and it's going to give them those items. Now, one thing to note is this also has an LCD screen on it, and it will tell you what it is. So it'll tell you if it's a rocket launcher or an ammo depot or a King of the Hill or a flag. And before each match, the game warden will instruct what each U-box does. If you have any questions during that, go ahead and raise your hand and somebody will come and assist you. If you have any issues with your Tiger or your headset where it's not operating correctly or you can't figure something out, again, just go and raise your hands and go to the game warden. Now, when someone raises their hand and they're walking to the game warden, please don't target them. And if you please don't use this as an opportunity to try to take a point or strategical advantage of the opposition. All right, that's all that we have to cover. Again, if you have any questions, come see a staff member and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.